There's something between us,
something neither of us
knows how to say. You sit across from me in the quiet room. The city lights are moving through the window. I look at your eyes, you look away, and somehow the silence says more than we ever could. I remember when we talked until sunrise. Now we can barely say hello.
I still know the way you look at me, even when you pretend you're not looking. I still hear the words you used to whisper. I still remember your hands in mine.
But somewhere between then and now, we became strangers who know each other too well. Maybe we ran out of words,
Maybe we were afraid
of what the truth would sound like.
there's a silence between us,
Louder than anything we've said,
1,000 words inside your eyes.
1,000 memories inside my head.
There's a silence between us,
And I don't know how to break it,
I still love you.
but I don't know if you can hear me anymore. I remember the first night we met. You laughed at something I said. I played my guitar just to make you smile. You told me you could listen all night. I wish I could go back, not to change the ending, just to remember when talking to you was easy.
I remember your voice when you said my name, the little things you used to notice, the way you knew when something was wrong.
Even before I said a word, now you sit beside me,
And I wonder if you still know me at all.
maybe love didn't disappear.
Maybe we simply stopped knowing
How to reach out.
there's a silence between us,
Where our dreams used to be,
where your laughter used to live.
where you once held me close.
There's a silence between us, and every night I feel it. I still love you.
But we're both too afraid to say it. If I said,
I'm sorry
would you listen?
if I said I miss you,
Would you stay?
if I reached for your hand,
Would you take it?
if I told you I'm still here,
Would you believe me? Oh, maybe we're not out of words.
maybe we're just waiting
For someone to be brave enough to speak first. worth saving here.
There's a silence between us,
but it doesn't have to be forever. So look at me,
don't turn away.
let the years fall behind us.
Let the rain
Wash away
what we couldn't say.
if you still feel what I feel.
Then take my hand,
Because sometimes love doesn't end.
sometimes
Two hearts just become too afraid to speak. The city is quiet,
the rain is falling.
you finally look at me, no words, just your hand reaching for mine. And suddenly
The silence between us
is gone. We had so much to say, but somehow we never found the words. I wrote your name inside my notebook last night. Then I stared at the page for an hour. There were things I wanted to tell you, things I should have said a long time ago. But every sentence felt too late, so I closed the book and kept the words to myself.
I had 1,000 things to tell you. I practiced them in my head so many times.
I miss you,
I'm sorry,
I never stopped caring.
but whenever you stood in front of me,
My voice disappeared, and all I could do was look at you. Maybe some feelings are too deep for ordinary words.
maybe the heart speaks differently.
These are the words we never found, the ones that stayed inside our hearts.
The I love you we were too afraid to say.
The please don't go.
We swallowed when you walked away.
These are the words we never found. Still waiting between us,
And maybe
that's why the silence hurts so much. I remember the last night we talked. You asked me if I was okay. I said yes.
I lied,
I wanted to tell you I was scared.
scared of losing you,
Scared that one day I'd wake up,
and you would be
nothing more than a memory.
I remember that night too. I knew something was changing. I could see it in your eyes. I wanted to reach for your hand,
But I didn't,
I wanted to ask you to stay.
but I stayed quiet.
And that silence became our goodbye.
How many
still hear them every night.
If I could see you one more time,
I'd tell you everything.
I wouldn't hide
Behind silence,
I wouldn't pretend
that I didn't care.
I tell you that you matter, that you still matter,
But some part of me never stopped loving you.
These are the words we never found, but tonight I finally understand.
Love isn't always about having the perfect words.
Sometimes it's about being brave enough to speak.
These are the words we never found.
I miss you,
I'm sorry,
I still love you.
come back. 4 little sentences that could have changed
Oh, these are the words we never found, and maybe we can't change the past, but if you ever hear this song,
I hope you know,
I would choose you again.
not because our story was perfect,
But because what we felt was real.
the notebook
It's still open,
the words are finally written.
I don't know if you'll ever read them,
But at least they're
no longer inside me.
some words,
Arrived too late,
but they still deserve to be said.
it's almost midnight. The city is quiet, and I'm still looking at my phone, waiting for your call. Your name is still inside my phone, I never deleted it. I told myself I didn't need to, but every time the screen lights up, my heart still wonders if it's you. I know I shouldn't wait, I know the years have passed, but some habits are harder to break than love.
I still remember your number, I could dial it without looking. Sometimes I hold my phone in my hand and put it down.
I wonder if you're awake,
I wonder if you ever reach for your phone and think of me.
maybe we're both waiting for someone to make the first move.
Maybe we're both afraid
Of what that call might mean. I still
this silence.
I still wait for your call through every lonely night. Maybe it's foolish,
Maybe it's love,
but part of me still hopes you'll say my name. I remember the calls we used to have, 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes until sunrise. You would tell me about your day, I'd tell you about my dreams. We never wanted the conversation to end. Now the phone
is silent,
and I miss the sound of you.
I remember falling asleep with the phone beside me. Your voice was the last thing I heard you would say.
Sleep well. And somehow those 2 words made everything feel okay.
I wonder if you remember.
So many nights have passed, so many chances to reach out, but neither of us does. I still wait for your call when the rain hits my window,
When the city falls asleep, when no song plays on the radio.
I still wait for your call, even though I know better. Because sometimes the heart keeps waiting.
Long after the mind says, let go.
What if I call?
What if I call?
What would I say?
What would I say?
Would you answer?
Would you still know my voice?
Oh, what if you called? Would I be brave enough to answer?
Would we talk about the years?
Or would we both pretend
Nothing happened.
maybe the hardest part isn't the silence?
It's knowing that one call could change everything.
I still wait for your call, but tonight something changed. I'm not waiting because I can't move on. I'm waiting because I finally understand what you meant to me. I still wait
For your call,
but I won't let the silence break me.
if you call, I'll answer. If you don't, I'll still be okay.
I still wait for your call one last time, not because I need you to save me,
Not because I can't live without you,
but because somewhere inside
my heart.
I still believe our story deserved to be heard.
I still wait for your call.
And if tonight the phone stays silent,
I'll finally let the night end.
the screen goes dark, the rain keeps falling.
I put the phone beside the guitar.
No call,
No message,
just silence. And somehow, for the first time, the silence doesn't hurt. You didn't say a word, you didn't have to. Your eyes said everything. We sat across from each other. The room was quiet, rain against the window. You looked at me, then looked away. I wanted to ask what you were thinking, but somehow I already knew. There was something in your eyes, something you couldn't hide anymore.
I wanted to tell you I still remembered. I wanted to tell you I still cared, but the words wouldn't come. So I looked at you a little longer,
hoping you'd
understand what my voice couldn't say.
Your eyes were asking questions, mine were giving the answers. Sometimes love doesn't need words. Sometimes one look can tell the whole story. Your eyes said everything. When your lips couldn't say a word, I saw the years we lost. I saw the love we buried. I saw the nights we spent apart. Your eyes said everything, and mine answered back. Maybe we were silent, but our hearts were talking all night. I saw the sadness behind your smile, the questions you never asked, the apologies you never spoke. And I realized you had been carrying the same memories I had. All those years we thought we were alone and missing each other.
I saw the regret inside your eyes, but I also saw something else, hope, a small light that hadn't disappeared. You reached for your glass, your hand was shaking, and I knew you were afraid of losing me again.
Maybe the heart remembers what the mind tries to forget. Maybe love was never really gone. Your eyes said everything. They told me you still remember. They told me you still care. They told me the silence wasn't indifference, it was fear.
Your eyes said everything,
And suddenly I wasn't afraid anymore. I wanted to say
I missed you.
but my voice wouldn't move.
I wanted to say don't leave again, but I was afraid to hold.
So we stayed there,
Looking at each other,
letting our eyes say the things we couldn't. there's still a chance.
Your eyes said everything.
So I reach for your hand. No explanation,
No perfect words,
just one touch
and an answer.
Your eyes said everything,
And mine said I never stop.
the rain kept falling, the city kept moving, but for one moment, nothing else existed. No past, no distance, no goodbye. Just two hearts finally speaking without saying a single word. You smiled,
I smiled back,
the silence remained,
but it wasn't empty anymore.
but it wasn't empty anymore. Because sometimes the most important words are the ones we never had to say. I remember the night,
Not because of what we said,
but because we stopped talking. You were sitting beside the window, the rain was falling against the glass. I was holding my guitar, but I couldn't play a single note. Something had changed between us, I could feel it. You looked away, and I didn't know how to reach you.
I remember watching your hands. You always knew what to say with music. But that night, even the guitar was silent.
I wanted you to ask me what was wrong.
I wanted you to tell me you still cared.
But we both waited, and neither of us spoke. Sometimes love doesn't disappear in one moment.
Sometimes
It slowly becomes a silence. That was the night we stopped talking.
the night our words ran out,
The night we sat beside each other.
and somehow fell miles apart.
That was the night we stopped talking, but our hearts were still awake. I wanted to say
I love you.
you wanted to stay, but neither of us was brave enough. I remember the clock on the wall, midnight, then one, then two. We stayed in the same room, but it felt like we were strangers.
I thought you would speak first. You thought I would. And the silence grew between us.
I almost reached for your hand,
So many times
but every time I looked at you,
I felt afraid.
Every question stayed unanswered.
Every feeling stayed hidden.
That was the night
We stopped talking, and I still wonder
what would have happened
if one of us had spoken.
I could have said,
Don't go,
I could have said,
I'm scared.
I could have said,
I still love you.
I could have said,
Stay with me.
I could have said,
I'm still here.
I could have said,
Please don't let this be the end.
but we said nothing.
And sometimes nothing
Becomes the loudest goodbye. That was the night
we stopped talking.
but it wasn't the night.
We stopped loving.
The feeling remained, the memories remain, your voice remained inside me.
And years later,
I still remember that room, that window, that rain, that silence. That was the night
we stopped talking.
but maybe
Tonight we can change the ending.
maybe we can say the words we were too afraid to say back then.
I missed you.
I'm sorry,
I never stopped caring.
stay. That was the night,
We stopped talking.
but it doesn't have to be the night our story ends. The rain slowly fades.
The room becomes quiet,
I pick up the guitar.
and finally play this song I couldn't play that night.
Maybe some silences last for years,
But one honest word can finally break them.
The rain was falling. You didn't say a word, but somehow I heard your heart. We stood beneath the city lights, rain falling between us. You looked at me in silence, and I could see the sadness in your eyes. I wanted to ask if you were okay, but somehow I already knew.
I had so many things to tell you, but the rain was louder than my voice. I looked at you
And remembered every night we had together,
every song, every promise, every moment we thought would last forever.
sometimes the heart speaks without making a sound.
Sometimes love is hidden
Inside a single look, I heard your heart in the rain. Even though you never said a word, I heard pavement, your hair was wet. You laughed when I offered you my jacket. I didn't know that one small moment would become a memory I would carry for years.
I remember your guitar, the sound of it beneath the window. You played softly while I watched the rain.
I didn't know those simple nights
Would become the nights I missed the most.
Maybe that's why the rain always brings you back,
Because it remembers where our story began. I heard your heart in the rain,
calling through the silence.
I heard the words you couldn't say.
I heard the memories you tried to hide.
I heard the love that never disappeared. I heard your heart in the rain.
And suddenly I wasn't alone anymore. I wanted to tell you,
I never stopped loving you,
but the world
stayed inside. I wanted to tell you,
I never stopped waiting.
but I was afraid you had moved on.
So we stood there,
Two hearts in the rain.
finally understanding.
We had both been waiting for the same thing.
I heard your heart in the rain. This time I listened.
I heard the regret,
I heard the longing, I heard the hope.
I heard the love, and when you reached for my hand,
I finally knew the silence had never meant.
we stopped caring.
I heard your heart,
In the rain,
and you heard mine too.
no more hiding,
No more pretending,
no more words.
we're afraid to say.
The rain kept falling.
But somehow everything felt clear.
I heard your heart
In the rain, and it sounded just like mine. The storm slowly passes.
The city lights shine again.
You hold my hand,
I hold yours.
no promises,
No explanations.
just two hearts finally speaking without saying a word. There were so many things we wanted to say, but we let the silence speak for us. I remember the last conversation You were standing by the door. Your suitcase was beside you. I wanted to ask you to stay, but I was too proud to say it, so I watched you leave, carrying all the words I never found.
I remember turning around one last time. You were still standing there.
I wanted you to stop me.
I wanted you to say my name.
I wanted to hear
I love you,
but you stayed silent, and I walked away. How many lives could have changed with one honest sentence?
how many goodbyes could have been different
If we had spoken, everything we left unsaid still lives between us.
every I love you we swallow,
Every don't go we couldn't say. Every apology, every promise,
every dream we were afraid to share.
everything we left unsaid still has a voice inside my heart. Years later, I still remember that doorway, the light behind you, the rain outside, the sound of your footsteps on the stairs. I thought time would erase it,
But some moments become permanent. I still remember that night too.
I cried before I reached the end of the street,
I wanted to turn around, I almost did,
but I kept walking,
because sometimes fear is stronger than love.
at least for a while. We both had something to say, but neither heart was brave enough. Everything we left unsaid followed us through the years,
Into different cities,
different lives,
different nights,
but every time we heard our song,
those words came back.
everything we left unsaid never really disappeared. If I could go back,
I'd open the door,
I'd take your hand.
I'd say, don't leave. If I could go back, I'd stay.
I'd stop pretending.
I wasn't afraid.
I'd say,
I still love you,
but we can't go back.
we can only choose what to do
With the truth,
now.
everything we left unsaid.
Tonight we let it out.
No more pride,
No more fear.
no more pretending.
We don't feel anything.
If this is our last chance,
Let it be honest.
if this is a new beginning,
Let it begin
with the truth.
Everything we left unsaid
Was love
waiting for a voice.
The room becomes quiet.
You look at me.
I look at you.
This time
Neither of us looks away.
no more silence.
No more,
Unfinished words.
just the truth, finally spoken. I thought you were gone. I thought the years had taken you somewhere I could never reach. Then I turned around and you were still standing there. I was walking through the city after midnight. The streets were quiet, the rain had just stopped. I wasn't looking for anyone. I was thinking about the past, trying to let another memory go. Then I saw you
Standing beneath the streetlight,
exactly where I never expected to find you.
I had been standing there for a while, watching the rain disappear from the pavement.
I didn't know
You were coming. I didn't know what I would say if I saw you.
and I heard your footsteps.
And my heart recognized them before I did.
Years can pass,
Cities can change,
but sometimes a heart knows someone
instantly.
You were still standing there after all these years under the same city lights.
With the same familiar eyes.
You were still standing there.
And suddenly the distance disappeared.
I thought I had lost you, but you were still standing there. I didn't know if I should walk away. I didn't know if you wanted me to stay. So I just looked at you, trying to understand everything your eyes were saying. You smiled.
That was enough. I wanted to ask where you had been. I wanted to know if you were happy. I wanted to tell you how many times I had remembered you. But instead I simply said hi.
And somehow that one word held every year
Between us,
sometimes a reunion doesn't need a perfect sentence.
sometimes being there is enough.
You were still standing there love does.
It hides quietly
until the right moment brings it back. And this time I didn't walk away.
I took one step toward you.
You took one toward me.
The rain began to fall again,
but neither of us moved.
You were still standing there.
And suddenly I understood.
Some people can disappear from our lives
without ever leaving our hearts.
You were still standing there.
And maybe that was the answer.
No perfect timing,
no perfect words,
just two people finally brave enough to stop running. You were still standing there.
So I stayed,
and you stayed.
and for the first time
the silence between us
felt like peace. The city kept moving,
the lights kept shining,
the rain fell softly around us.
You reached for my hand,
I held it,
and after all those years, you were still standing there.
If silence could speak, maybe it would tell you what I've been too afraid to say. I sit beside you in the quiet. The rain is falling outside. Your hand is close to mine, but there's a whole world between us. I wanna tell you I still love you, but the words stay somewhere inside my chest. So I look at you and hope you understand.
I can feel what you're trying to say. It's there in the way you look at me. You don't have to speak.
I remember that look, the same eyes, the same tenderness, the same feeling I thought we had lost. Maybe silence isn't empty, maybe it's filled with everything we're afraid to say. If silence could say I love you, my dreams, my fears, my secrets. Now I stand in front of you, and one sentence feels impossible.
I still love you.
3 words that somehow carry years inside them.
I have those words inside me too. I've carried them through different cities, different mornings, different nights. I thought I had buried them, but seeing you again made me realize they were never gone, just waiting to be spoken.
Maybe we don't need to erase the past.
Maybe we only need to be honest
about what remains.
The silence could say, hey, I love you.
It would speak through every rainy night, through every old song, through every memory we couldn't forget.
If silence could say, I love you,
It would sound like your name, and maybe that's why I've never stopped hearing it. Look at me. I don't want to hide anymore.
I'm listening.
You don't have to be afraid.
Maybe love was never the problem. Maybe silence. Silence could say, I love you.
It would say it right now.
It would tell you that I remember, that I regret, that I still care.
That after all these years,
My heart still knows your name.
if silence could say,
I love you.
maybe we wouldn't need.
Another word
But silence,
can't speak forever.
so tonight I'll
Finally say it. I still love you.
I never stopped, I missed you. I was afraid, but I'm here.
If silence could say,
I love you
it would sound
exactly like this. The rain keeps falling.
You reach for my hand.
This time,
I don't hesitate.
no more silence, no more hiding.
Just 2 hearts
Finally saying what they always knew. I sit beside you in the quiet. The rain is falling outside. Your hand is close to mine, but there's a whole world between us.
I wanna tell you I still love you,
but the words stay somewhere inside my chest. So I look at you and hope you understand.
I can feel what you're trying to say. It's there in the way you look at me. You don't have to speak.
I remember that look, the same eyes, the same tenderness, the same feeling I thought we had lost. Maybe silence There is one thing, one sentence I've carried through all these years, and tonight I finally want to tell you. I remember the night you left. The rain was falling, the city was quiet. I watched you walk away, and there was one thing I wanted to say, but fear closed my mouth, so I let you go, carrying words I should have given you.
I remember that night too. I waited for you to stop me. I waited for you to say something, anything.
But you stayed silent, and I thought that silence was your answer. So I walked away,
taking my own unsaid words with me.
Years can pass, but some words remain exactly where we left them, waiting.
You're the last thing I never told you.
I never stopped loving you.
I never stopped remembering us.
I never stopped wondering what could have been.
You're the last thing I never told you.
The truth I was too afraid to say.
Even when I walked away,
a part of my heart stayed with you. I tried to move on, I built a new life. I smiled, I laughed, I learned to live with the empty spaces. But every rainy night, every old melody, every street light brought me back to that moment, and to the words I never said.
I did the same. I learned to be independent. I learned to stop waiting.
But sometimes I'd hear your guitar in an old song, and I'd wonder if you ever missed me, if you ever thought about calling,
If you ever felt the same silence.
maybe we spent too many years believing that silence meant the love was gone.
You're the last thing I never told you.
I still remember the way you smiled.
I still remember your voice.
I still remember the nights
We thought were forever. I never stopped
caring,
I never stopped
hoping. You're the last thing I never told you. And tonight I'm finally saying it.
I'm finally saying it.
I'm sorry for being afraid, for letting pride speak louder than my heart,
For watching you leave when all I wanted was to hold you.
I'm sorry too,
For pretending I didn't care
for walking away
when I wanted to stay.
for thinking your silence
Meant you had stopped loving me.
maybe we can't change the years, maybe we can't recover every moment. But we can change what we do with this world. You're the last thing I never told you, so hear me now. I love you, I missed you, I never forgot you. And after all these years, my heart still knows your name. You're the last thing I never told you, and I don't want another night of silence. If this is goodbye, let it be honest. If this is a beginning, let it begin with the truth. You're the last thing I never told you, and now you know. The years couldn't erase it, the distance couldn't silence it, the memories couldn't bury it. What we had was real, and whatever happens tomorrow, I'll never regret loving you. You're the last thing I never told you, and maybe the last thing I need to say is stay. The rain has finally stopped. The city lights shine through the window. You look at me, I look at you. No more questions, no more fear, no more words left behind. I take your hand, and this time I don't let go. I don't let go, I don't let go. I remember the night you left. The rain was falling, the city was quiet. I watched you walk away, and there was one thing I wanted to say, but fear closed my mouth, so I let you go, carrying words I should have given you. I remember that night too. I waited for you to stop me. I waited for you to say something, anything, but you stayed silent, and I thought that silence was your answer. So I walked away, taking my own unsaid words with me.